Hello, hello, my crafty friends. It is, oops, trying to not make this like bounce around your eyeballs here. And, you know, it looks decently straight to me, but I can't ever tell until I get the other views up. Let's see where we're at. Anyway, hard to believe that we're into a whole nother week, and this is the week for Sarah Grace that school starts. Let's see. Always have to disconnect. There we go. All right, well, that looks decently straight this time. Got to give some points there. So I wanted to share this one kit that I've got on my desk that was featured last month, but we're going to look at it now. This share to my teams, and I hope that you all are ready to come and visit and just kind of see this. Hi, Barbara. Anyway, I know I was hooting and hollering about all purple, but there is the pinkish color that's in this in greens, but I saw this and the first thing that came to mind was purple, and the other pictures have it. So we'll just take a look at what we come up with here. Yay. There we go. Hi to Miss Barbara. Still getting my whole world. Anyway, so I got on. It's 5:02. We'll get this show on the road in a few secs. Give some people some time to get figured out and showed up. We're headed into heat and smoke. That's going to be the name of our game for the next couple days. This weekend was gorgeous, and I got a bunch of work done in our, our little flower beds. I call it the garden. It's not really a garden, but all right, stabilize that. But close enough. So this is the Gilded Gallery. Lots of the purples and the flowers, and that's really what I was looking at when I first saw this, and I was like, oh, this is so pretty. And of course, we go to the back and it tells us Blackberry Bliss, Crisp Cantaloupe, Golden Glow, Gray Granite. Is that what I grabbed? Yeah, not bad. Gray Granite, Peaceful Pine, Hydrangea Hue, Pecan Pie. And I have some of that thrown around here. And I grabbed the Hydrangea Hue, maybe. I just love this color. So that is the name of it. It is 1686-67. We just keep this open to throw in our, and I'll put that into the notes right now that the number of this is 168667. And then I'll move the box. Gilded Gallery. I keep looking at Gilded and I keep thinking that it's spelled wrong. But, oh good grief, that's not Terry's Kitchen. Sometimes Facebook's like self-filling thing is annoying because you hit return and it just automatically like posts everything up. Well, hi Leslie, how are you? I got your card. I don't know if you saw the post. So cute, that little bird card is. All right, so we have a couple stamp pads here that I had just pulled out. I pulled out the Gray Granite because that was what was on the envelopes, and the envelopes have that natural paper that has like little speckles of stuff in it. I'm not sure, fibers in it. But of course, like I said, the quality that they have for their projects is really, or their cards, is stationary. That's the correct term, is stationary. Put these to the side there. And they want to make, I originally thought there were 3 cards, but there's actually only 2 designs. So we should be able to get through 2 designs without any trouble. So how was everybody's weekend, out of curiosity? Ooh, these have some gold on them. Gold seems to be the in thing. And then we have some sayings. Get down to here. But the blue and the green, this Hydrangea Hue, which is to me purplish, periwinkle. It's just really lovely. We need one of those. We need one of those. This is the cantaloupe. Oh, even the flower pieces have, the panels have some gold. They're really getting to the gold foiling. So we can foil away with our foil machine, and they're also making a point to add it into these, which you can see as we play. The weather is cooler and less humid. We just traded places, it would appear. It is definitely not what's happening here. Anyway, I'm so excited. My first Paper Hugs delivery happens on, let's see, go to this, Wednesday this week. Actually, we're going to do it as kind of like a little event, get together and look at the cards and maybe help people write cards if they want to do that, if they want help doing that. Oh, I was going to show you. Connie shared these with me for these little stamp sets that come with these kits. They're from Hero Arts. I think I got them at scrapbook.com. Anyway, these fit the little stamp sets that come in all these kits. There's Miss Connie. Connie can tell you all about these cute little things. They're 4 by 5? Yeah, they're 4 by 5s. Stick it in, label where it came from. This is one of those that makes me wish that they did the like refills on the kits. All right. Sweetest Wishes, and I have blocked up everything ahead of time just to kind of, Thursday last week, it was not very good for me to get things done during the time period. I did start a little late, but today I was like, I really, really want to be able to get these all like done, or at least get 2 done, fully done. And I'm kind of surprised there's no embellishments, so we will have to pull out some embellishments here. I have purple ones, I think, somewhere in this mess. Yeah, look at that. So these, I want to say, I believe are still available, and they're the only purple ones. They came with the lavender paper, but I know that a lot of people like them, and so I wouldn't be surprised if they kept them around for a while just because people like them. Sorry, on the search for another silicone pad, which they all were out here earlier. No such luck. Okay, I'll just grab my other thing I like to use for stamping. Gives me that foam mat. Here, and here they are. All of these. Yeah, we're going to do Sweetest Birthday Wishes. The other one that'll work really well is Heartfelt Thanks. So you can do either one of these very easily. I'm going to grab our Peaceful Pine. And like I said, I grabbed the gray granite because of the envelopes, and I didn't know if I would end up wanting to use it or not. I'm going to do half of these in Sweetest Birthday Wishes. Hello, Bernice. So how was everybody's weekend? Hi, Di Di. I got a bigger box in, guys, so we're gonna see if we can't get the rest of that stuff to fit. All right, and heartfelt thanks. I just am throwing that in there because I like it, and I think there might be two different ones you can do here. This is such a beautiful green, and it's blue based. Oops, a little crooked. Not very center-ish. And I'm sending love your way is the next one. So this weekend what did I do? I feel like that's not straight. This is a what not to do, right? Because you get ink all over you, but that looks a little bit better. Okay. That's really pretty with the cursive love in the middle of it. I'm really forgetting what I did on Saturday, you guys. Oh, I created a kit. That's what I did. I cut kits, and we're delving into some other things. You know, this is kind of silly. It says just a little note, but just a little note really would have fit better in the small one. This is like very big. So I'm just going to stick with sending love your way. Yep. There we go. Okay, so that's very pretty. I want to see if there's any, because the envelopes are already done, so let's just take a look. I feel like I'm missing something. Card one, I feel like this should be more challenging. So I guess we do not use this cute little frame that comes with this, but you can put this out like this. And we need our, there's nothing added to this, but there's a bunch of stamping added to this one. Well, not really a bunch. That was an exaggeration on mine. You can just put one right there in the corner. And just because I'm doing this. Your weekend was, oh, you were at, I was wondering whose crop you were at. I saw Tony posted up that crop, so that was good. Where is Denise holding those crops now? Out of curiosity. Okay, so that takes care of that. I made the mistake of not getting my oops, I need one of these. My chamois wet, so we're just kind of going off of there, sending love your way. We've got that. Okay, 2 cards. Here we come. And here we go. I said they're really pretty with that gold foil on that, and this looks like it's almost Night of Navy. Even though they don't say Night of Navy is on there, it does look like Night of Navy. Davidsonville United Methodist on Central. Okay. Okay. So we're going to take our pictures, and like I said, they're very, very pretty. Especially love whatever flower that is. And I'm going to do myself a favor and not make a huge mess with that, but still have it hold it up. Going to use our tape and tear. Yes, I did. I actually tagged you and her back in it. She replied, so I know Tony saw it. Yeah. So tape and tear is a different adhesive, and they give you so much in these kits that I'm using it right now to try and, yep, it works. There we go. We do this first, and these go into the center of each one of the cards before you put the frame on. Let me make that clear. The embellishments for the Halloween paper die still are not back in. This isn't, they are so cute. My cats look like they're catching. Make sure to do it. So I did a whole bunch of cards over the weekend, just trying to get through some of these kits. And I made the cards backwards. So I'm gonna have to cut the fronts and rearrange them. So it's a good thing you can cut card fronts off and turn them around to face the right way. This is, like it doesn't, there we go. So I guess it's not as purpley as I thought it was. I might have to go back and edit my post where I said all this purple. Now this piece has, the inside piece has a nice matte look to it. So I would hang on to those because you, so do you like Dai's New Look? Dai's New Look. I feel like I'm missing something and that I could answer that question wrong. What is Dai's New Look? You had short hair. So we're going to matte 3D foam tape these guys. I have boatloads of these little ones, so we're just gonna use them up. Sarah Grace started a new job. I'm so proud of her. She works at summer camps, and sometimes if a camp doesn't have enough kids, then they reduce the staff or cancel that. So it's, the summer camp thing is always kind of like a maybe she's working, maybe she's not kind of deal. And one of the network of people in the dance and world, or aerial arts world, circus world, contacted her summer camp employer looking for coverage because they had somebody quit or whatever. And the current employer she has doing summer camps, which is Echo, decided to refer her over. And so she ended up being able to did a resume with her, interviewed her. The skinny me, oh, you know, you've sent me some pictures of you and I see you, so I guess I didn't it didn't register that just because I talked to you on FaceTime and see you on Zoom in our little groups when we get together and craft. But yes, you look healthier, even if that leg is being ridiculous. Oh, speaking of that, how did the surgery go? All right, so I've got our little 3D foamy tapes on here. We're going to pull this off. This is going to go on this very soft cantaloupe look. So you have a little bit of stamping. On Thursday, guys, when we do our event here, get together and craft again, we will have the new mini stamp spots in so that we can kind of check them out and take a look at them, because people have been asking about them, and it's really even hard for me. Now, I should not have quite put as much on there. We're having a who is anybody else having a fruit fly invasion? I know we used to get them over in Bowie, but holy moly, we're getting fruit flies all over the place. Got it. Oh, all right. Seems so crazy for them to say canceling the hardware removal. This little bluebird is so pretty, you guys. So I guess I would have to say you really can't call these purple, but you definitely could take your Hydrangea Hue and use that in as your stamps. If you if you didn't want to do the green, if you wanted to pull in a little bit more of the purple. I'm over fruit flies right now. I get very cranky with fruit flies. So let's take a look. So the red ones definitely won't work on that, but those two would work. Not too bad. Yeah, all right. Well, these work pretty good. So use what you got in your stash, ladies. Do not feel the need to get new things just because. Now, I think my seniors will think that's really pretty. Didn't get that quite centered. I'm a little bit too far off to that side. They are really pretty, Di. Yeah. It's always nice to have something that you're like, oh, let me just whip that out. And maybe if I do something with the staff or the people, trying to figure out how I want to do that, if we did a class type thing. So I think the bling helps it. I mean, it looks just fine without it, but I think the little gemmy gems do. And there's a lot of really cool ones that are out right now that would look really pretty with this. I thought I had them out because I was just doing, I should show you this kit while my brain is thinking about it. Also, guys, if you got the product of the month this month, you need to let me know if you want to have the workshop that I have for that. So this beautiful, let me see. All right, let's not make too big of a mess. So obviously I have 2 cards to give away here. Let me not lose things. I'm really trying to work my way. You're a senior. So Jeff's works out at Orange Theory, you guys, and there's their office manager guy, nonetheless, which is great, or the shop manager, whatever you call him. He just got a Cricut to make signs and do things around the place. And so she's so excited that Jeff knows, and he's like, can I bring my machine over and she'll show me how to do it? So I might be picking up my Cricut. So Suze is playing with something that I think is useful, and it is using just the paper pack and stickers, which I think is really a good idea. It makes it quick. You get 6 pages, 3 layouts. And because we often on the big workshops, we're trying to make the paper go as far, and you can get 8 or 9 layouts out of it, but you're using a lot of base pages. No big deal. Everybody has white, black, or some kind of neutral cardstock to do that. But I really was like, oh my gosh, I forgot how pretty it was to have background and texture paper for the entire like background. So I have to put the stickers on these yet. So be looking for these. I'm going to have a Halloween one. And again, I kind of like it, you know, I was telling her that it's kind of nice to have, be able to use a paper pack, get 3 layouts, and then use the next paper pack and get another. So I have Bernice and I have Die with numbers up. And then there's this one. So I like it a lot because it is not super time consuming to put these together. And it, you know, as time limited as I've become, I'm very much into being able to be a little Speedy Gonzales for putting some of these pages together. And when you do, which kit, babe? I'm talking to Die. When you do these, and I can get this done essentially in like 2 to 3 hours at tops with everything in here, I'm like, that makes me excited. And there's no stamping involved. It is just using the sticker pack. This paper pack is Sunflower Fields, and it's released on the first Tuesday. Hold on, guys. First Tuesday. Oh, September 1st. I have to double check and make sure everything goes live on September 1st, but it's very possible that everything goes live on September 1st. I'll check that out. But yes, this is Sunflower Fields. Super cute, and I like that it's very inexpensive. I don't want to say the word cheap, but when you look at some of the other more elaborate things we do, that can be super duper nice to do. So stay tuned for some more of what we're just calling quick kits. And I have to tell you, I was like, I think I like this. And let me see, I got 3 people's up. All right, let me check my numbers over here. Where did I put that little sticky notepad? You know, I have that around here. But anyway, let's see. Any other takers? Gonna call once, call twice. All right, ladies, there's 6 of you. I have 3 numbers up. Well, 2 of those 6 might be me, so we might be good to go. Who was closest to 21? That would be Die. Closest to 8 would be Leslie. Wow, lucky. So Die and Leslie, you guys are the winners. Nobody was on 8 or 21, so that's, you are going to just be surprised by what you get in your envelope. Everything from last week is mailed out, and I'm hoping that I get through enough kits that I can start to play with this, and I'll be able to report back to you on my first Paper Hugs event. I'm excited, and I want to play with the leaves and blending brushes, just like we did with the different butterflies and what you could do with those. All right, woo, I did it. Half an hour on the nose, and I started on time today with no technical difficulties. That is a big win. Computer is getting used to me, or I'm getting used to it. That's debatable which way it goes. You guys had a great week. I hope it stays cool for you. Think of us with our wonderful smoke and hot that we're gonna got going on the next couple days. Talk to you soon. See you on Thursday.